Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What an atmosphere we have for you here. It really is the hottest ticket in sport. We're coming to you live from the legendary York Hall, Bethnal Green. Matchroom Sport proudly present the partypoker.com Mosconi Cup. Well, it's just getting better and better. Europe into the lead, 10-9. It's time now to meet our players. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the USA, please welcome Mike Dechaine. He's from the Netherlands, he's representing Team Europe, he's the king of the jump shots. Ladies and gentlemen, El Nino, Nick Vandenberg!
This week, Nick Vandenberg has produced arguably the greatest shot in Mosconi Cup history. He now needs to go one better and produce the perfect match. Europe need one more point to make it a hat-trick of titles on the bounce. 10-9, they lead the Americans. Let's join our boys in the box. Jay Helfort, and first up, Jim White.
Check your nerve at the door. 10-9, Europe in front, the race to 11. And Mike Dechaine looking to keep American hopes alive. And it's going to be Nick Vandenberg in Europe winning the leg. The king of the jump shots. El Nino with a chance to hit the last 9 ball in the 19th Mosconi Cup. Jay, we saw the celebration after Chris Melling beat Brandon Schupp. You felt a little over the top?
Well, they were kind of acting like it was all over. And they still have to win another point. Remember, USA has won 3 out of 4 matches today.
Thank you.
And I expect this one to be just as close as our overall score.
Thank you.
Shows you the top. 10-9, it's first to 11. This is a race to 5. Vandenberg and Dechaine. Yeah, you better take a deep breath, Nick.
Dechaine has been the American player who has struggled the most this week.
And that's why Captain C.J. Wiley left him to the back end. Now, does that strategy come back to haunt him? Good break, and I think this one will go in the corner pocket.
Just for your information, if somehow Dechaine wins this match and it goes 10-10, then the captains each pick one player to play the final match. We kind of know who that would be, don't we?
Well, we do from the American side, but boy, Johan Ruschink has options, doesn't he? There'd be a lot of players that could come out for Europe.
Well, my pick would probably be Archer versus Appleton, but first of all, Dechaine needs to find a way to get by this man.
Yeah, Mike's got to get over this hurdle.
This is the important opening shot right here. Looks good.
Good speed. Nicely on the 2.
Nick was already walking around the table eyeing the 2 ball while that 1 ball was still rolling. He knew it was going in.
Vandenberg has been rock solid this Mosconi Cup, justifying his selection. He's been very successful on the European tour.
After the 3rd day, we thought everything was all over, but boy, did it get exciting on this last day. But that's the Mosconi Cup for you. Jimmy, regardless of how this match turns out, this is probably the one of the most exciting days I've ever seen at the Mosconi Cup.
Never fails to disappoint, does it, Jay? One of a kind.
I mean, that shot by Chris Melling, we're going to be seeing that one for the rest of our lives, especially if they win.
First signs of pressure. There'll be more. But a missed opportunity and an easy 5 goes begging.
Can Mike Dechaine show how he became the number 2 ranked player in the United States? So far this week, he's been relatively nervous.
Yes, Mike has seen the back end of a few scores already in this year's Mosconi Cup.
He's got a problem right here. He's pretty straight in on the 7 ball. He's going to have to hit this one with some force.
Extension called.
And he's on the rail, near the rail. Not really where he wanted to be. He wanted that cue ball maybe another 6 inches or so off the rail. This is a test of his stroke here.
Geez, that was a pretty good shot from that position. Played with a bit of right-hand side spin as he looked at the cue ball. And now a long straight 8 that will really test his cueing and his nerve.
My thoughts exactly. This is where nerves show up in pool, right here.
Like I said, after Vandenberg missed that 5, that was only the first indication of nerves.
He pushed this ball. He wasn't even close.
So that answers that question. He's still nervous.
Extension called.
Well, the last match, we saw the best shot of the event so far, and that may be one of the worst right there. That's got to give a lot of confidence to Nick Vandenberg.
Yeah, and especially after Nick brought him to the table unexpectedly, you bet it gives him confidence. You know, you start seeing the vulnerability of your opponent. You start to feel like you're bulletproof. Shot, a big moment and a big shot, because you have to capitalize on that miss from Dechaine.
It's only the first game, but that could be a turning point in this match. Vandenberg had his struggles yesterday in his match with Johnny Archer.
Secures the first rack. It's a race to 5 for what would be the final point for Europe. A man that's never tasted defeat right there. Johan Ruschenk, the non-playing captain. 4 wins, 1 tie. And Mike Dechaine. Wow. What sort of negative thoughts are swirling through this young man's head as we again see the 8. Little movement, his head was up off the cue early, always an indication that you are not in control of your emotions.
Well, we know he won't win the match missing shots like that.
And now he's got a break. So everything that's happened, you can't change, Mike. Archer has been as big as any player has ever been.
Where he followed it down and, or I'm sorry, when he was almost straight in, and he followed it.
What they're talking about is he got bad position on the 7 ball, left him that long shot on the 8.
Rack 2.
But he still should have made that
USA
shot.
to break. Trailing 1 rack to 0.
There's only one way to erase the memory of all those misses, though, Jay, and you know it. got to be the right end of the score when the match is done.
He's going to have another opportunity here.
Made the one on the side. He's got the two near the corner pocket.
But you know, Jimmy, this is going to be a tough run out. He's going to be battling his nerves all the way.
And the crowd.
Settle down then, please.
His first shot, he's got to come across the table, miss that 7 ball, go between the 7 and the side pocket, and come back across for the 3. A delicate little position shot here. Well, he went the low route, and he did not want to run into the 9 like that.
Now he's looking at playing it into the top left corner as we look, and this will take a stroke. He's going to have to play it with a bit of right-hand spin. The 4's up there.
This is a hard shot right here.
Oh, that's a great shot. That's a great shot. That'll go a long ways to reestablishing Mike's confidence. Worth another look.
Well, I think the only thing that's going to really restore his confidence is he's got to complete this run out. I think if he doesn't run out here, he cannot win this match. He must get these last 5 balls if he wants any chance.
Mike played Ralph Souquet last year at the MGM Grand. He beat him 6-1. That's the sort of memory that he's got to try and dig up. Get that feeling back again.
Listen, less than a month ago, he won the Turning Stone Classic with 128 players.
We've said it so many times that this diamond table is proving as unsympathetic as any table we've seen. Now Vandenberg will pull the 7 back down for the 8. That's perfect. And again, this was Dechaine's break, but he is a picture of a man suffering right now.
I'm afraid that miss on the 6 ball might be his undoing and the undoing of Team USA. There's silence over there in USA's corner.
You know, this was a luxury. The European captain, though, having a player like Vandenberg, who's been so strong all year. And worth much more, the experience he possesses in this event. 2-0. And he swiped that one against Dechaine's break. Behind Nick. And he wouldn't want it any other way.
Dennis Hatch is trying to console Mike Dechaine. Nothing seems to be, I don't think he's getting through to him. He looks kind of inconsolable right now.
Well, they were walking in a melting wonderland in the last match. Now it's Nicky Vandenberg. As we again see that 6 that will be burned in the memory banks of Mike Dechaine. It can be a cruel game, Poole, and you're out there. You get all the pats on the back, all the encouragement, but at the end of the day, you're on your own, Jay. You're the one holding the cue, and everyone's looking at you to try and keep it rolling, keep them alive, give them a chance.
Well, you got to give him credit. He's out there in the arena battling.
There'll be no finger pointing at the end of this. There never is. This is just about digging deep when you need it most. And Vandenberg with a 2-0 advantage. Well, he's definitely in the control seat right now. And a dry break. So this gives Mike a chance. This is what he needed. But like you had already alluded to, Jay, he's got to get out when he gets a chance.
Guys, nice and quietly, please. Come on.
It's a good opener, but he's a little hard on the 2.
Went a little bit too far. Well, that's nice of the crowd. They gave him an applause there. He's got a little bit of a problem with this shot right here. Getting from the 2 to the 3 ball.
He's got a tough 2. This 2 is far from a formality. He's got to cut it back into the side pocket. Oh, he's recovered it nice. Needs a nice angle on the 3 here.
I think he can do this if he can draw the cue ball straight back to where it is right now. The 5 is still going to present a problem, though.
Yeah, it looks like the middle of the table will avail position to the 5. And he's got the angle on the 4. Just float this down. This is all about the speed that you play the shot. And keeping that back arm steady.
He went too far. Way too far.
He overcut the 4. That was the problem. He didn't hit the 4 into the center of the pocket.
He's going to have to play a safety and put the cue ball behind the 7. Soft little safety. Oh no, he went the other way. This is not good. He wanted to put the 5 behind the 7 and he didn't. I'm kind of surprised, Jimmy, he didn't go the other way and put the cue ball behind the 7 ball.
Well, the reason being, Jay, it was risky. I don't disagree with you, but there was a much higher risk if he wouldn't have hidden the 5 trying to put the cue ball behind the 7, because he would have left the 5, at least this way. He doesn't leave the 5, but boy, he's giving Nick an easy reply.
Yeah, Nick can stick him, and he did. And he did.
And now Mike's in trouble with a capital T.
One more time, Mike Dechaine had an open rack and couldn't get past the 5 ball.
Extension called.
Well, he wants to jump over this. Oh no, he's going to use the bridge. What he'd like to do is kick the 5 into the 8 and make the 8. But that's no gimme. And instead, he leaves the 5 hanging in front of the pocket. Another gift to Vandenberg.
At least he's got a different rest head out there, a rake head out there, something he's a little bit more familiar with, because he looked awful shaky with the X rest.
Vandenberg's got his work to do to get from the 5 to the 6. Wow, he hit that ball good. It's going to go a little bit far, but a little farther than he expected. That table looks like it's downhill that way. He wants to cut the 6 ball past the 8 into that upper right corner. The problem is holding position for the 7, and if he cuts it in, the cue ball's tracking right towards that side pocket.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of time here, Jay. Just can't see him attacking from this position. Very difficult 6. Could try and duck behind the 8.
Yeah, he's playing safe. You're right.
And he's just gone a little too far. But that 6 is nuzzled up against the 9 and come to his aid. And that makes the safety from Mike Dechaine a little trickier because that 6 is going to be hanging around the middle of the table.
Almost. He's going to try to come off. It's very hard to hit the edge of the ball when the cue ball's all the way down table on the rail. It's hard to make an accurate hit here. Well, a bit of good fortune coming Mike Dechaine's way.
Yeah, and he looked up at the shot clock and he had to hurry that stroke. That worked out pretty well. And you can't see enough of this, so again, just a thin cut. Trying to put distance between the cue ball, get the cue ball up behind the 8 ideally, but more importantly, controlling that 6.
This isn't a bad safety when you leave cue ball and object ball in rail to end rail.
Uh-oh. I think Nick can put the cue ball behind the 7 and 9. It looks like a pretty natural safety here. Come off the top edge of the 6 ball, lay the cue ball right behind that 7 and 9. Unless he's trying to bank this ball. He did. Jimmy, he had such a nice safety there. I'm surprised he shot. Well, he shot the bank because if he made the 6, he had the 7. He didn't have to do that. I think that was a mental error there.
Touch of desperation maybe, but a chance for Mike Dechaine here. A long 6.
Kind of like the shot he missed. He made that one. Right now, it would be huge for Dechaine just to get a game on the wire.
You can see he's dead straight on the 7, no angle with which to work.
Yeah, he should be able to make it and just draw the cue ball back out towards the middle of the table, though. Take what the table gives you. Yeah, I like that. It's kind of a little bit weak on that draw stroke, but...
And the crowd's oohing and eyeing. Not really sure what about, but...
Here's the danger on this shot. The cue ball is going to track near that left side pocket to get position on the 9.
Corner pocket. He knew as soon as he hit it, Jay, he overcut the 8. He knew. Disaster for Mike Dechaine. And you have to fear the worst now.
Where that chalk is.
3-0. And the beat goes on for Europe. And what would be the winning match? Chris Melling stopped the fight back from Team USA. And Nick Vandenberg looking to put the final nail in the coffin.
Everyone loves to dunk.
Will he dunk it? Yes, he will.
McDonald's tender, juicy chicken McNuggets in creamy ranch and spicy buffalo sauce. Just $4.99 for 20 of your favorite chicken McNuggets.
Will he dunk it? Yes, he will.
More ways to love McNuggets.
Would you shine a little bit brighter? Climb On my journey across America, I found new ways to tell people about saving money. This is Bobby. Say hello, Bobby. Hello, Bobby! Do you know you could save hundreds on car insurance over the phone, online, or at your local Geico office? Tell us, Bobby, what would you do with all those savings?
I am a bit of a ventriloquist. Your lips are moving.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Take notes on the spot. Catch every detail with video zoom. And now, run 2 apps at the same time, on the same screen. The freedom to do what you want, when you want.
Let's go again.
With the quad-core powered LG Optimus G. Available at Best Buy.
Back at York Hall, East End of London, a venue that has become famous for hosting boxing matches, and now the most eventful pool tournament on the planet, the Mosconi Cup. And Mike Dechaine would rather be anywhere than out there right now.
Well, the rousing comeback of Team USA appears to be all for naught. Actually, Jimmy, I think that Nick can shoot the 3, the 4, and play that 5-9 combination, and that'll put him on the hill.
C.J. Wiley looking on. You just wonder if...
That's what he looked at right there.
You just wonder if C.J. is thinking they need a miracle right now, because that's what it appears. And they may be all out of miracles. 3, 4, and 5-9.
He got the right angle here. He wants to slide that cue ball over there to the left, pass it right there. See where his cue stick is? He'd like the cue ball along that line.
He's getting over to the left-hand side of the table to get right behind.
Short.
He is. He's going to be cueing over the 6 as well, being right-handed. That's not going to make life any easier. And what he'll do is he'll pick an imaginary point on the cushion that he's lining up right now. That's the spot he'll be targeting for the 5. Big shot. Bigger moment.
I think he's lined up on it pretty good here, Jimmy. He knows how he's got to hit it. You got to overcut this 9 ball a little bit. If he overcuts the 5, he's going to make it.
A lifeline.
He didn't overcut the 5.
You know what, Jay? He didn't get the cue ball into a good spot to attack that combination. And this is a lifeline for Dechaine, because he couldn't have expected Nick Vandenberg to miss that one.
Well, Dechaine's been thrown a couple lifelines, and
quiet, please.
He's still struggling. I don't know what he can do here.
Safe. This has got to be a safety.
Stanchion call.
Mind you, the 6 is in the middle of the table. Does he really want to try and knock this ball into the top corner pocket? I don't think it goes to the side. Yeah, this is a more prudent choice. Didn't get the cue ball behind the 7.
It feels like a delaying shot. That's about all.
Well, the thing about it is when you get your opponent missing an opportunity, you really want to punish him right away. And Nick coming back to the table, instantly he can forget about that missed 9 combination.
Yeah, well, so far in this match, the only guy that's been punishing Mike Dechaine is himself.
Why not?
Another look straight into the side pocket like a heart through Mike Dechaine's, or a dagger through Mike Dechaine's heart. Tough pill to swallow, that one.
Nick would like to roll this 6 ball in the same side pocket.
Well, he didn't exactly roll it, Jay, but he got it.
He stroked it in there.
The fans here in your call, they're starting to sense it.
He'd like to draw this cue ball up above the side pocket now. He's got to be careful. He's got to watch out for that side. He doesn't want the cue ball to hit the point.
His bridge hand moved too. Johan just trying to tell him to settle down, but his bridge hand, right away, the movement, any unforced movement, always a sign of nerves.
Can Mike Dechaine win a game?
He'll knock this one in. Dead center. Mike Dechaine gets to at least bother the scorekeeper here. It's still 3-1 in favor of Nick Vandenberg. The race to 5. The Americans trying to jeer their man up, whereas Johan is trying to calm his down. He knows.
That rack would have been almost the final nail in the coffin.
He kind of threw his shoulder into that one too.
Yeah, he came off that ball.
Can't blame him for being nervous. But these guys have been in the pressure cooker so many times. This is Nick's 5th appearance. Pardon me. It was his 5th appearance coming to this Mosconi Cup, this being his 6th. Every one of these situations add to the experience. Economopoulos there with a beer in his hand. So at least you know that he won't be the captain's pick. Should it go to the decider, wouldn't that be something? Bring the rookie out. Well,
these guys are both feeling the pressure right now.
Still in prime position in this match. 3-1 with the break. 2 into the corner pocket. Oh, tell you what, look at the 1-9. Doesn't look like it's dead set into any pockets. Certainly an opportunity here for Vandenberg to play a vice-like safety.
I don't think you can play this combination here.
That's what he's lining up.
Too desperate. No, there's no way you can play this combination. If he does, it's just a shot from a desperate player.
You call it, Jimmy. That's what a desperate player does. They shoot a shot like this. I mean, he could make it.
This one's 3 times harder than the one he missed.
He wants to win a free game. That's what it is. Not even close. It's not even close.
Just horrible shot selection. And he got lucky. He got lucky where the 9s rolled because it's made the 8 awkward now.
Dechaine, if he can reach this ball, he can't reach this ball. Well, he's stretching. Put a nice stroke on that one.
That's probably his best stroke of the match right there.
4 in the middle of the table. So he does need a little angle on this 3, and he may have just precious little angle on it. Get that cue ball up towards the 4.
Yeah, he wants to get close to the 4.
Boy, that was a good strike.
Shoot the 4 in the side.
That's the type of shot that Mike Dechaine has become known for. He's a power player, this young man. Youngest player on Team USA, 25 years of age.
He looks like he's kind of getting a little bit of his strength back.
You know what I think, Jay? I think he's seen some weakness from his opponent. He's seen and sensed that touch of desperation, and he wants to pounce on it.
Well, the way to pounce is to get out here.
What,
here comes the key shot.
Perfect. He is perfect on the 7 here. He should be able to float that cue ball right between the 9 and the 8. Or, if he wanted to, he could pull it back, pinch the pocket a bit, and even play the combination. He's got options here. Beautiful. That's a perfect shot, Mike.
It's not bad.
Tension called.
The Americans, they can't bear to watch. He's got to float this one in too. No choice.
He's got to hit this straight. We know that if the 8 ball doesn't get close to that side rail going down the table, it will not go in.
Got to keep your head still. Just put a nice, steady stroke on it.
Man, he put that.
He hit that with some speed.
Well, he had more cue. He had more cue ball exposed where he could get that Q-tip into it. Yeah, CJ, I don't blame you. You're starting to see what this man is capable of.
This is the first rack where we've seen him let his stroke out.
Mike Dechaine has secured the last 2 racks. 3-2, and he breaks in rack 6. And seeds of doubt have to be in the European camp.
Everyone loves to dunk.
Will he dunk it? Yes, he will.
McDonald's tender, juicy Chicken McNuggets in creamy ranch and spicy buffalo sauce. Just $4.99 for 20 of your favorite Chicken McNuggets.
Will he dunk it? Yes, he will.
More ways to love McNuggets.
On my journey across America, I found new ways to tell people about saving money. This is Bobby. Say hello, Bobby.
Hello, Bobby.
Do you know you could save hundreds on car insurance over the phone, online, or at your local Geico office? Tell us, Bobby, what would you do with all those savings?
Hire no better ventriloquist. Your lips are moving.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Take notes on the spot. Catch every detail with video zoom. And now, run 2 apps at the same time on the same screen. The freedom to do what you want, when you want.
Let's go again.
With the quad-core powered LG Optimus G. Available at Best Buy.
I say the same thing twice. I'm awkward when I speak. Ain't got the perfect smile. Don't turn heads on my street. Trying to be a superstar like everybody else. But being myself is something I do well. Express yourself. Express yourself.
The Mosconi Cup, the 19th edition. Who's got the steadier hand? Johnny Archer, Brandon Schaff.
Trading 2 racks to 3.
Well, you know, if
the question is, does Dechaine have a steady hand?
Well, I'd like to know what his heart rate is right now. Rack number 6, 3-2 to Vandenberg. Dechaine has played himself back into this one. And I think it's also fair to say that Vandenberg has allowed him in. A couple questionable shots.
You know, Jimmy, well, the way the balls are laying, this might be a situation where the combination is a good idea.
I agree. A 2-9, run with the cue ball. It's a two-way shot.
But he's got a difficult angle with the cue ball. I mean, ideally, he'd like to have the cue ball where the 4 is right now. But this is a lot better shot than the one Vandenberg tried last rack. This one should be close.
He's looking at the path he wants the cue ball to take now because he can run with it.
He's actually a pretty good combination player.
Yeah. Oh, he's clipped the 5 with the cue ball.
Look out!
I'll tell you what, his heart skipped a beat there as that cue ball was tracking towards the side pocket. But this was always played in 2 minds, Jay. He was always running with the cue ball, and that's why, for me, that was the right shot to play.
Vandenberg's got to look at the 2 ball here.
Angle to get up for the 3 next, and right away using his extension.
Well, Nick had 2 chances to get to the hill at 4 and missed out both times, so the pressure has built considerably for him. This is not an easy opening shot.
He's on the 3 nicely, too. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? Every time a player has tried a combination, it's been costly.
Well, he couldn't have hit that shot any better.
Vandenberg beat Earl Strickland back in Holland when the only tie in Mosconi Cup history was put on the score sheet. And that's his favorite Mosconi Cup moment. Well, I guarantee he'd eclipse that should he win this match.
This is a huge rack for him right now.
Little angle on the 5. You can float the cue ball back out to the middle of the table.
So far, he's hit every shot just right.
Including that one.
Looks like he wants to just stick the cue ball right there. That's not a bad idea. He's going to take the 8 in the side next.
Around the table too.
Cue ball will roll forward off that side rail, come back almost to where the 8 ball is right now for position on the 9.
Oh, he got real close. He got real close to that 9 ball. He likes that.
To the hill, Nick Vandenberg and Europe, 4-2. One more, he's telling himself, one more. They sense it. There's a celebration at hand.
Nick is real happy that he handled that rack so well. Tapping himself on the heart. Vandenberg to break. One game away from victory and the Mosconi Cup.
Quick check of the rack. Wants to be certain that he gets a good split.
The all-important break shot to come.
Rookie rack 7. You're up to break. Leading 4 racks to 2.
He's hoping this is the last break that he'll hit. 4-2.
Unfortunate on that break shot. He got a ball down, but he's got no shot at the 1.
So Dechaine gets out of his chair at the very least, Jay, and I guarantee you the sort of messages that Johnny Archer has been throwing around in the USA practice room is just a chance. We just want a chance. Well, Dechaine's going to get that.
Here's a push out. Jimmy, I think Dechaine has to take this shot and do something with it.
Well, you can see his eyes darting to the far end of the table. How does he get the cue ball up there?
He gave it back. He gave it back.
Well, the 5 takes the bank away. So whatever Nick had in mind, we're about to find out.
Well, this is probably the biggest safety of his life right here. Well, he could have done a little better than that.
Well, I guarantee you, Mike will be happy coming to the table and looking at this. This is a chance.
He should be able to hide the 1 ball and the cue ball.
Oh, he's got to be able to put
on both sides of the 3 here.
No, he's got to be able to put the handcuffs on him there.
There
Jay.
he goes. That's what you got to do.
Just like that, Dechaine has got the upper hand this rack.
He's gone for the short cue. We've already seen Nick Vandenberg play a jump shot they'll be talking about for a long, long time. Here's another one. He's close to the 3.
Well, that other jump shot doesn't mean much now. He's got to execute this one.
Yeah, being tall helps because you can elevate the cue, come in at a real steep angle,
First thing he's got to do is clear that 3 ball, which is real close to the cue ball.
No, not this time.
And he didn't.
Ball in hand for Mike.
Stop the clock.
Didn't quite get it up quick enough.
Nice and quiet then, please.
He wants a little angle here. The 3's over the right-hand corner. So again, he can just pull this back.
Almost all the way to the end rail, I think.
He was a little weak there. That's horrible. That's a horrible shot.
Can he see the 3 ball? Oh my goodness. Jimmy, what happened there? He just forgot to hit the ball.
That's it, please. Thank you.
I'm not sure what's going on here. Jimmy. Yeah, he made a good safety there, but that was one of the weakest strokes.
But he had so much room to play with.
Yeah, he had 2 diamonds at the table to play position.
We're both in there shaking our heads over this one.
He could have drawn back anywhere, and he'd have been fine. He's going to kick off the end rail, I believe, now. Another opportunity for Dechaine.
I just wonder if there's going to be another twist in this tail. 4-2 in favor of Europe right now. And a chance for Vandenberg to seal the deal.
I think he's going to have to hit the end rail just before the pocket and send the cue ball 3 rails. Let's see. Not sure. No, he's trying to draw back for position. He's very straight on this 4 ball. He's got to find a way to get up to the end rail and have a shot at the 5. He's got to cheat this pocket just a little bit here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Is he going to do it? No. No. He did not do it.
Just the way we would have wanted it. Unbelievable drama unfolding here.
You called it, Jimmy. You said, what's the next twist and turn in this match?
He was going to play his shot. Then he looked to see where the referee was. Now, this is tricky.
I don't know about this shot.
Tell you what, this might be great. It's a stupendous shot from that position.
How did he do that? How did he do that?
As bad a shot as the previous one was. This one dug him right out. And Mike, an easy kick here, but again, getting it safe.
He can see the edge of the ball.
He can see the edge, Jay. You're right.
Just can't see enough to make it.
Got to be careful of the double kiss here. If he doesn't get the desired contact on the 5, tough to get the cue ball out of the way.
Every shot could be his last.
Oh, just missed it.
Uh-oh, he ain't gonna like that. He laid that one up there.
I'm not sure if he was trying this. The way he played it, maybe he was.
No, I think he was trying to make it. This could be it right here. Well, Mike can blame himself for playing bad position on that 3 ball. Well, the 7 will not go in the lower left corner. He's got a... I'm not sure where the 7 ball goes here. Is he trying to break these balls up? Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's done it. He's done it. Archer knows it. And so do the fans here at York Hall.
That was a magnificent shot right there.
And you know, I think Archer would have been the captain's pick, Jay. He'd have been the one coming out if it would have gone to 10-10 to win the Mosconi Cup, this 9-ball for Nick Vandenberg.
Get ready for a deafening roar if this one goes down.
Yeah, let's hope the roof holds up.
He almost missed that one, Jimmy. He got 3 rails on that pocket.
A fantastic fight back by Team USA. They won the first 3 matches to kick off day 4 here, and everybody thought, was it going to be a shock on the cards?
It looks like a rugby scrum here.
Chris Melling and Nick Vandenberg stopped the bleeding. And what a performance from Team Europe. Fantastic. The 19th Mosconi Cup stays where it's been the last 2 years. The crowd will celebrate. You know they'll be toasting Team Europe in the East End of London tonight.
I think Vandenberg's glad that one's over. He was a little shaky at the end, too.
Tremendous stuff.